And it means so much to us to have a second playmaker on the floor next to Steph or in place of Steph when he goes to the bench. And you know, both Steph and Jordan were fantastic, and I thought Gary gave us great minutes. Our defense was solid, and we out-rebounded them, which is the first time we've done that this year. The possession game was pretty even. You know, they got a few extra possessions, but in the regular season, they hammered us in the possession game. And so that's going to be a key for us going forward in this series.
Steve, what did the moment mean to Clay to get the stop, especially after missing the 2 free throws and, you know, his first time back in playoff basketball after 2.5 years? Yeah,
he felt terrible about missing the free throws, but, you know, it happens. I mean, he's, you know, get in line. Lots of great shooters have missed free throws down the stretch, and you can always make up for it by making a great defensive play, which he did, and he was able to seal the win, you know, after that jump ball when the ball clearly went off of them. So we were in a tough spot on that jump ball. And so I was really proud of the guys for really maintaining their poise through, you know, some difficult adversity, including that play at the end.
Seemed like Jordan and Steph right from the start of the second half had a, I don't know, determination, focus, kind of raised their game, I guess. How much did you see that right from the start of the second half? And Jordan's particularly bouncing back from 2 kind of subpar games.
Yeah, but that's, you know, tonight was the rule rather than the exception. You know, the Jordan we've seen now the last few months, this is what he looks like. You know, he's not always going to make 5 threes and get 31 points, you know, almost get a triple-double, but he's a playmaker. He's a shot creator, and he's been fantastic for us all season, so this didn't surprise me at all.
Clearly the move to have Poole come off the bench to put Gary Payton in the starting lineup didn't affect Poole, but what was that conversation like when you did tell him that was with?
Really easy one. I didn't say it, but Steph Curry came off the bench for 4 games. I forget how many in the Denver series. So if Steph Curry can come off the bench, anybody can come off the bench.
Do you think your guys played angry, and did you want them to play angry after Draymond got ejected?
I think I don't know that we were angry. I just thought we were determined. You know, we knew that was a tough break that didn't go our way, and we were all kind of shocked by the decision. But we were confident and determined, and the guys stayed with it. And I thought the way we started the third quarter was really important. I think we went on a run, maybe 13-4, 13-6 right away to get the lead. And I thought that was a really key point in the game to, you know, kind of establish that we weren't going anywhere.
This is only the 3rd time that you haven't haven't had home court advantage under your tenure. What was the environment like, and did it take a time to adjust to that, do you think, for those guys?
It was so fun. I mean, we're just so thrilled to be back in the playoffs, back in the hunt, back in the mix. You know, feeling the energy and the nerves and the juice and the noise from the crowd on the road. This is what it's all about. So the last 3 years have been really boring. So it's great to be back in the mix, and it means there's, you know, a lot of work and a lot of preparation and a lot of stress when you lose and excitement when you win. But, you know, this is what we do this for. So I think our guys are just excited for the opportunity. It was not boring. No, definitely not.
Obviously, change your starting lineup in part because of Morant, and Gary was on him, Wiggins was on him, and then one of the biggest possessions, Steph ends up on him on that switch, and then blocks it, steals it, whatever, not get loose. Can you sort of describe that play and how significant that was and what it says about sort of Steph on defense?
Yeah, Steph has been underrated defensively for a long time, but I think this was his best defensive season of his career. We definitely saw that all year long. His ability to stay in front, to get his hand on, loose ball or a shot or a long rebound. I thought that was just a brilliant defensive play by Steph when Ja was really gone. He caught fire in that fourth quarter, made a lot of plays. So great play by Steph.
Following up on defense, we talked about just the mindset after Draymond was ejected, but what X's and O's need to change after you lose Draymond for half of a game and really turn it around with your defense? Nothing.
Yeah, we stayed with the same game plan as we had in the first half. It just meant that Loon took Draymond's spot, and this is why Loon is so valuable to us. He's started all season long for us, and I can go to him and say, all right, we're going to change the lineup, and he plays 5 minutes in the first half. Then he's a grown up. He's a pro. He's just, he's ready for whatever's next. And in a lot of ways, he's kind of, he represents our kind of our backbone. Everybody else sees him every day and the work he puts in and the job he does and just being a pro. And so he's ready for anything. And he played some huge minutes in the second half.
Steve, some key jump balls in this game. How much is that something that teams work on, your team specifically, and do you do it with different players? And is it a point of emphasis?
You definitely work on jump balls, sort of a handful of times a year, but not enough. And what I found when I first started coaching is you got 12 things on your list, and you can only get 7 of them in, and you got 5 things that you're stressed about, and jump balls are one of them. But there's just so much to try to get in, and I thought there were a couple that we did not handle well tonight. So we were able to survive, but that and free throw box outs. There's some really key things in the games that happen that you've got to be prepared for, and maybe it's something we need to, kind of go back to.
Been through a lot of these series. What do you think happens emotionally now after you guys pick off game one on the road after Draymond gets ejected?
What are the emotions?
Yeah, what do you think this does to the series?
Well, all it means is we're off to a good start. Memphis lost game one at home against Minnesota and came back and won. So it doesn't mean anything beyond, we've got the early lead and we know they're a great team. We know they were coming off an emotional series and just played, 40 hours ago in a game 6 in Minnesota. So we probably had the edge tonight or today in terms of rest and preparation. So we've got to be ready for what they're bringing on Tuesday night.
Wiggins had 80 rebounds, including some key ones, like hustle ones late.
Yeah.
How much do you see him kind of embracing this shifting role where he's kind of a form?
Yeah. We've talked to him about it, and he's been great. He rebounded well against Denver. To me, one of the key numbers when you look at the stat sheet is we outboarded Memphis 50-47. As I mentioned earlier, they've hammered us on the boards this year, so it's a key focus for us. We're obviously starting with a faster lineup starting Gary rather than Loon. So it requires all of our guards to lock in and make sure they're boxing out and chasing after the rebound.
Were you happy with the minutes you got of Damian and Jonathan when guys got into a little bit of foul trouble in the first half?
They did a great job. Dame came in and immediately had a great drive and kick that led to a 3 from Jordan that helped unlock Jordan's night. And with all the foul trouble, I thought JK came in and did a fantastic job holding down the fort, using his athleticism. He had 6 rebounds. He made some really big plays for us. So our bench came through tonight.